Hi all you viewers to play later, how we doing? Sorry for the weird lighting right now. This is take 2 of this video. My camera took a massive dump a little bit ago. I know it's not important to this video. I don't know where we're at, so I'm just going to reshoot the opening and go from there. So yeah, today, as you know by the thumbnail, whatever else you clicked on to get here, we're going to take a look at something I have been talking about for a while. This is the perfect starter set to get into the Games Workshop tabletop wargaming. It is their Recruit Edition. Currently on Amazon as of, what are we at? August 23rd, 2022. It's $42.50. It is the perfect starter box. You get 2 factions, you get terrain, you get a playmat, you get dice, you get range rulers, you get every single thing you need to get into this game. If you pair up with a buddy and you split that cost in half, it's $21.25. So that's not bad to get a starter force and things you need to get rolling. Now, like I said, this is take 2. So I've already opened the box, put some stuff on the tabletop. We're going to go there right now, and I'm going to show you what came in the box. So stay with me. Okay, so pay no attention to the clutter in the background. It's coming down to the end of summer, and we're going to have all this cleaned up for the next time. So, like I said a little bit ago, pretty much these are some of the huge reasons why I wanted this box. This guy right there. Now, I hadn't been paying attention to my codex. I know, looks exactly like a Blade Guard. A Blade Guard Sergeant, excuse me. But for this one, they're calling it a Primaris Lieutenant, so hey. All the miniatures you get in here, basically you don't need glue to put together because they're push fit. Now, I appreciate the fact that Games Workshop is trying to do that, but I have a massive problem with the push fit guys. Look right there on that shoulder, right there. See that big gap in there? See that right there? I super glue my stuff together because I want it lasting forever. I don't want someone to push on it a little bit or friction or anything else to break a Foley painted miniature down. When you're using super glue and push fit, you have a very limited window to get it in there. If you don't get it right away, you're done, you're screwed, it's over. So I appreciate the push fit for the simplicity. I am not a fan of it. Now, what made me giggle is, as you see right here, here's the piece of scenery. You see that down there? That's the box it comes in, is your piece of scenery. On one hand, well played, guys. On the other, come on. Alright, so let's start going through the stuff. You're going to get a bunch of dice, okay? Now, sometimes the free dice you get are the greatest rolling dice you're ever going to have, and sometimes they're really, really crap, because you see by like a lot of the rounded edges in there, they're going to have certain ways they're going to fall. But still, it's free dice. Now, here is your recruit manual. Everything you need to get started is right in here. It's all full color. They give you some great background info on the hobby, as well as some awesome pics to take a look at to help you on your way if you want to get painting. They give you collecting tips. You know, they talk about gameplay. They give you some of the backstory and the history, which I think is incredible. Not to mention, where did it just go? That map I just flipped by. You know, that's all outer space, and that's all incredible. So it's just, yeah, baby. But I keep moving through. Now, what I like is they give you everything in here, and they talk about it. And we're going to talk about that as well here in a moment, okay? They teach you how to put them together. But one of the other things I hate about push fit, as you see right there with that yellow dot, that's where there's a small tab on that foot peg needs to go into. So you've got to be really careful how you put them on your base. You don't have a lot of options, especially if you're using super glue. That's all I'm going to say. You know, how to put together your Necrons, the Sergeant. Now, what I like is they give you missions. They give you 6 in here that bring you up from the very basic thing of how to learn all the way to a great battle at the end. So it gives you everything. See, those are Blade Guard. I'll show you the guy in a moment, but looks really familiar, doesn't it? I mean, doesn't it? But they give you everything to get up to the end, which is a pretty big battle for a starter battle, and that's cool. All right, but this is the part that I love the most. Is at the very end of the book, they give you what they think are great next steps. Hey, go buy these things, add them into your units. Here's some heavy armor for you, you know. Seriously, like a little ATV with like a Gatling gun on the back, a chain gun. Oh, yeah. I got to get some of those in my force. Not too sure about that, but still, I don't know, maybe one day. And they give you next steps. Like, seriously, you can go online and download a simple 2-page rulebook for how to play Warhammer 40K. It gives you basic, minimal things. So, you're going to need that. It gives you a lot of lore. It gives you a lot of backstory. That is the official rulebook, which is about 383 pages, I believe. But it's full of fluff. It's full of backstory. It's full of incredible rules. It's full of tips, tricks, painting stuff. It's just, yeah. And then you're going to need your codex for your force. That's going to give you your official, this is what you can do, this is what you can't do. All right, moving on. Now, they do give you transfer sheets. I don't use Ultramarines, so these are pretty much going to go in a trash somewhere because I don't use them. Now, these I thought were pretty cool. They got away from the old plastic little thwacky rods they used to give you, and they gave you clear range rulers. Now, when you're going over terrain and other things, it kind of helps to see right through it, as you can see there. So I thought that was a neat little upgrade, and you're not going to give your brother or sister or family member a concussion when you're smashing them over the head. Yep. Stuff for the Indominus Crusade, you know, the Black Library books, and Indominus was a huge box set, which maybe one day I'll get, but please don't count on that. And you get your playmats. So I think that's awesome. You're getting like little ready-made terrain that you can open up and get to going right away. Here's one side, there's the other back there. I haven't opened them up yet because I'm trying to save them for something. What? I don't know. Okay, let's move on to the other interesting parts. Now, like I said, they gave you data sheets. There's your stats and everything else that you need. Things like keywords and faction and keywords. Those will come into play an awful lot. They give you the stats, they give you the range, they give you everything it does on all the Necrons. And the Space Marines. So I thought that was pretty neat. The fact that they're giving you like painting and modeling stuff on the back there, giving you inspiration. Now, I know, 10, 11, 14, 14 miniatures for Necrons. It's supposed to be a pitched match against, 4, 5, 6 members of the Space Marines. Trust me, it all works out, depending how the dice fall in your favor and everything else. It will work out, and it can be a pretty even battle. So, moving this forward. Everything, I hope you can see through there, comes on sprues like model car kits. Now, I don't do Necrons, and nobody in my family is doing Necrons, and nobody wants to do them. So as some of you may remember in that Docking Bay 93 video that I did, the really nice lady there who was incredibly helpful to my little girl and made her feel like she was family, she's getting these. So I was raised up, you always give in this hobby. You don't try to take from anybody, you're always trying to give. And I think this is just a really nice thing to go, hey, here you go. If she ever pays it forward down the line to somebody, perfect. Okay, so let's look at the Space Marines. Now, I couldn't wait to get it painted up, so he was the first that I did. I had to get that lieutenant done. I really wanted his armor to stand out in different areas, so I gave him a lot more gold highlights than the Space Wolves normally have. Yeah, I did use a little transfer right there in the middle of his like little, I can't call it a pauldron, but an extra armor piece. It kind of slid during the process and kind of froze in place there, but I'm really not complaining. I kind of like how it looks. You know, the storm shields were fun to paint. I just like getting character models that get you out of your comfort zone to try to give it a different look. So there's the lieutenant from that box set. Now, the little, what is it? The Assault Intercessors, is it? Yeah, Assault Intercessors. Sorry. These are still some of the new ones. Here's my sergeant. As you can even see, like with the little push fit down there. It really couldn't get in all the way, so the backpack's kind of floating in limbo. But still, they give you many, many ways to get it done, and I like how some of these turn out. You know, you get others where you're like, all right, cool. I like this. And you got to be careful on some of these. Like, where is he? No, it wasn't this guy. But still, like, priming didn't go well. As you can still see some of the model gray. Now, right through here, this is what got me. Is trying to figure out how to get that in there, because the way they had it done, and I'm still like, why are you trying to give me an extra helmet to put on a dude already wearing a helmet? That made little to no sense to me when I was putting that together, until Chris realized, yeah, he was being a moron. And probably should have left that off. I just wanted it looking kind of cool. Because you see, here's what's going to be my sergeant, but they wanted him to have the plasma pistol. So basically I just swapped it with another dude. Now he has a little bionic arm. And there you go. There's my sergeant for that group. Of course, the guy with the bare face. I really hate painting faces, but, you know, that's just me. Okay, so that's about the biggest unboxing I can do. I heavily recommend this to anybody getting started, for the simple fact of you get everything you need at an incredibly, incredibly reasonable price. I mean, for Games Workshop, this is unreal. $42.50. You get a bunch of miniatures, which is going to run you a lot more. I think if I go looking for a 5-man set of Intercessors, they're almost 40, 50 bucks themselves. Yeah, Games Workshop kind of prices itself out of the market, but it still has a stranglehold on everything in lots of areas. But still, I'm not even going to get into that. I do want to know this, because we are at the best part of the video for me. Seriously, this is the part I love the most. I want to know your questions, comments, love, hatred, anger, all that fun stuff right down below. Have you picked up this box set? Do you currently play Warhammer 40K? Are you looking at getting into it? Because if you are, boom, get this. You're going to have a link down below in the description box, like I always leave it there. It's a great way to start. It's a great way to begin in the hobby, and it's an awesome way to have fun. I am going to warn you right now, it gets very addictive. Seriously, you're going to need this unit. You're going to need that unit. You're going to have this. You're going to have that. It gets that way, but it's fun. It's a lot of fun to play. I've enjoyed it. I'm glad I'm getting back into it after that 20-year hiatus. But that's going to be for another year, another video. Now, if it made you laugh, made you cringe, made you cry, made you do anything during this video, please hit that big old thumbs up. It's going to help show love and support for the channel, and that is always appreciated. But there we go, guys. My quick look at the Warhammer 40K Recruit Edition Starter Set. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope all of you are having a great day, a safe day, and I'll see all of you in our very next video.